Islam Makhachev is one of these guys that I've been following for a very, very long time. Way before the whole Khabib hype and whatnot, that whole journey, Islam Makhachev has always been in the background. Has always been in that gym, in the AKA gym, just silently training, supporting his brother on his journey. But now it's Islam's time. Islam has the spotlight. Islam is main eventing these cards. February 26th, Beneil Dariush versus Islam Makhachev, which seems to be the number one contender fight. So basically the winner of Justin Gaethje versus Oliveira would go on and face Islam or Dariush. And this fight is probably the biggest fight of Islam's career. Not because it's the latest fight, it is the biggest challenge that he's ever faced. Previous to Islam being in the position that he is in the rankings, I believe he's like 5th now. Islam was always in the top, basically at the bottom of the top 15 or on the cusp of it. The reason why a lot of times was because he had something similar that Kamaru Usman experienced earlier in his career. Nobody wanted to face him. Nobody wanted to face a guy that it was basically a Khabib 2.0 who wrestled, who was super safe and just won fights. And a guy that he's not undefeated anymore, but he's essentially undefeated. And when you have that type of situation, it's very, very hard for you to get fights against guys that don't want to give up their position, especially in the top 5 or even the top 10. The way that the UFC fixed this problem was just having Islam active. Now, Islam wasn't going out there and facing the top 5 guys or top 8 or top 10 necessarily. He was facing guys like Arman Tsarukyan, who was not in he's probably at the top 15 at the time, I'm not sure. Arman Tsarukyan, he was facing Thiago Moises. These guys are not ranked very, very high at all. Not the rank that you would imagine would be given to a guy that's in the top 5. Now, I'm not saying that Islam Makhachev shouldn't be in the top 5 at all. I'm saying that's how the UFC got him to the position that he's in. Now that he's in the top 5, his biggest challenge now are these guys that are the elite 8, elite 7. And one of the toughest matchups out there is Beneil Dariush. Beneil Dariush is a guy that has heavy hands and loves to grapple. He doesn't do the best going backwards or being pressured himself. If he gets into brawls in the pocket, he tends to try to catch the other person's hands and whatnot. But what Beneil Dariush does is he goes forward and he imposes his will and he breaks his opponents. Now, Islam Makhachev is a counter striker. How is this gonna work? When a guy in Beneil Dariush who always comes forward and a guy in Islam Makhachev who likes to counter, likes to stay back a little bit, what happens? And I feel like Islam Makhachev is going to have the biggest test that he's had in his UFC career. The other fight, in hindsight, which is like his hardest fight, would have been against Arman Tsarukyan, who is very, very good at grappling, who even took down Islam Makhachev. Who even knew that you could take down Islam Makhachev? But that was his toughest battle, and that guy was a grappler. He's not as big as Dariush. His style is a little bit more different. Dariush likes to stay on the outside, and then whenever he gets a chance, he closes the distance, take him down. Islam Makhachev has to go in there knowing that this guy wants to grapple. And if he does not want to grapple, I have to be careful of his power. Dariush is not out there one punching guys and knocking down guys multiple times. It's just his strength, his power does wear on his opponents. And this is the biggest challenge that Islam is going to have to deal with. There might be a tougher fighter out there afterwards that Islam has to face, assuming that he beats Dariush. But at this moment, this is the biggest test of his career. Islam Makhachev faced Thiago Moises of recently. Thiago Moises is a counter striker himself. He doesn't really have too much power. He likes to jump onto submissions. He doesn't really try to fight the takedown too much. All these guys that he's faced previously weren't as well-rounded compared to Dariush. The only person that was closest again is Arman Tsarukyan. But again, Arman Tsarukyan is himself trying to go through the rankings. He himself is taking his time and fighting these guys and trying to get himself into the top 10. People don't want to fight Arman. We can make another video about Arman Tsarukyan. But just for now, Islam Makhachev's biggest challenge is Beneil Dariush. Let me know down in the comments below. We'd appreciate a like on this video. It always helps. Stay tuned, subscribe. We make a lot of content. We make shorts. We're going to do analytical videos on this fight where we go over some tape and see how we think the fight goes either way. But thank you very much. Take care.